He just snapped. Who just snapped? Oh man.
Trump's State of the Union was genius, as it basically was a test for the left. Is your hatred of Trump stronger than your love for Americans? And they failed that test for 90 minutes straight.
If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Oh, let's take a look. Who's sitting? Wow! Holy
It's
crap! So yeah, he made a statement, right? I mean, look at this. These are all people. I don't know, but I'm assuming that they are the Democratic Party. I mean, sure, right? You can hate Donald Trump all you want, right? But is what he's saying wrong when he say it's better to protect the interests of the American citizens in comparison to illegal immigrants? Right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? I would agree with my enemy sometimes. Like even for Hitler, right? You gotta say, at least he loves his country. He's not absolutely ruthless where he just want to kill people. He cared about his country. He loves dogs too, right? Imagine like a guy like Hitler, right? That loves dogs. If he tells you to love dogs, do you disagree with that? Right?
Basically, every single Democrat on the left
It's just that people are so brainwashed. They just think, oh no, if our my enemy, I will never agree with anything he says. Well, then those people are usually destroyed, right? If you want to disagree with someone that you don't like, yep. Like here's the thing, I don't like I think Trump is a great president. Like out of all our presidents that we have a great president. But I don't think I want to be friends with him. I think he's too fucking ruthless to be my friend, right? Like look what he did to Elon Musk. But then I do agree with what he's doing. Like him arresting these illegal rapists and violent criminals, I think that's a good thing. Or sending them back, right? That's very generous for us to send them back. I believe that we should take it a step above beyond that and put them in labor camps and turn them into electric generators.
to stand or even clap.
Look at that smile. Yeah, I know. I would have the same reaction, right? Like, why would you not want to care about your own citizens? It just like these people all people think that they are actually ruthless and they don't care about American citizens. They do. It's just that they've been brainwashed to thinking that like, oh, don't agree with anything this guy says because he is our enemy. They don't have a good reason. And yeah, like I think like a good chunk of them are corrupt. Like those Democratic politicians. It's not just Democratic politicians. It's also Republican politicians as well that are also corrupt. This is corruption on both ends. It's just that what would you prefer, right? As an American citizen, which is me, I think I would have like a better life if Trump was president as compared to Kamala, where she just keeps she thinks that you should just keep letting people in and like have these illegal criminals illegal immigrant criminals to take up all our resources when we should be protecting what we have, right? I get it. It sucks to live in Mexico or to live in Guatemala or these fucked up Venezuelan countries. I totally understand why they're here. I don't blame them for coming here. I just blame the politicians. And it's these politicians that are absolutely clueless. Look at them. They think that they're doing a good thing by abandoning American citizens and prioritizing illegal immigrants. Like, I mean, personally, I've met a lot of. I live in a bad neighborhood, but I frequently go to a good neighborhood in my city, and these people that are living in these good neighborhoods, they live in ignorance. it's like a mix. I honestly don't know the ratio, but it's like a mix. Like people that they don't know how bad it is out there, and some of them do know how bad it is out there, like how bad the illegal immigration is. But they feign ignorance and they want to keep these poor people out of their neighborhood. All these like disgusting criminals, illegal immigrants, and poor people out of their neighborhood. Like what is it? The situation, like the neighborhood that Barack Obama lived in, right? I think someone sent like 50 illegal immigrants into that place. Martha's Vineyard, yeah. They sent like 50 illegals there, and they can't stand them anymore. Like they're like, what the fuck are these these people doing here? Let's send them back to Texas or something and have them deal with it. Some rich people do know. They just want to retain power by allowing illegal immigrants in and then having them vote to keep corrupt Democrats in power.
Refuse to stand or even clap. To which Trump quickly called them out.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. And enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people.
Oh, yeah.
Those two congresswomen.
They're just screaming. Dude, the guy has a mic. Your crying and bitching ain't gonna cut it. Alright? It just makes you look powerless and weak when you're screaming against a guy with the mic. Alright? When I would just sit in silence if I was in that crowd. Sit in silence, feign ignorance, alright, just tank it during the conference and go back home and enjoy my corrupted wealth.
Time and time again show us not only do they refuse to represent Americans, they seem to despise anybody that does, as conservatives eventually drowned out their chants with USA.
Look, these are the people. They don't care about Americans, like white American, black American, Asian Americans. They would sacrifice people like us to benefit themselves. These people, they're absolutely ruthless and they're selfish as hell. They don't care about the bigger picture. They just want stuff for themselves. They want your well-being, your welfare, and they want to hoard all of it for themselves. These people, they don't care. They're those people that know that they're doing something bad and they're gonna keep doing it. That's why Trump. Even though I don't like Trump personally, he's a good president. He handled this situation very well. Like these are leeches. They knowingly know what they're doing is unethical and immoral, and they would do anything to take power for themselves. They don't care. Yeah, these people are scumbags too at the bottom.
But then it appears she chants KKK. Nobody seems to hate America more than the people that travel all the way around the globe to come here, claim their home country is superior in every way, but we need to admit unlimited amounts of people from their country seeking asylum.
Yeah, like there are people seeking asylums in like Russia or China. But then they will not disrespect those countries. They will not talk shit about China or Russia when they're seeking asylum in those countries. I think like Edward Snowden like seeked asylum in Russia, right? And he do you hear him talking shit about Russia, right? He doesn't say anything bad about Russia.
But if we say we're proud of this country, then we're the Klan. Their logic only sounds stupid because it is stupid. So it wasn't the only time Trump called out the left for not standing for America.
Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy. No one will ever forget.
Yeah, you can. Again, you can hate a person, but if that person that you hate is right, You cannot just go against what they're saying. Look at this bitch that's crying.
Get the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. Mrs. Zaretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina. How do you not stand? How do you not stand?
As they're
Damn, he is charismatic. That's amazing. Like, what, he's 88 years old now, and he's still fucking sharp as a knife, right?
hypocrisy.
Imagine wearing a Ukrainian flag pin and your entire Democrat Party won't stand up for Irina, who was murdered in cold blood. Yeah, I mean, these people, they're brainwashed. Don't agree with the man, even if he's right. So this is stand by our ideology. Personally, I don't have any ideologies. I think ideologies are stupid. I think I think it's always best to take whatever information you have and try to optimize your actions based on the information. You should not be hard stuck to a ideology. This freaking like these people, it's like a mixture of ignorance and evil, corruption. Yeah, like these people, they want to retain power. There are a mix of people that wants to retain power. They know what they're doing is wrong, and they just want to retain power. And then there's absolute ignorance amongst these people.
He is sickening. The party that wears Ukrainian flags, refusing to stand for a Ukrainian woman who was murdered, proving once again the left has absolutely zero virtues other than everything Trump stands for is evil, therefore they'll represent anything opposite of him, up to and including the murder of innocent immigrant woman coming home from work, as they won't stand for that, but will stand for raising taxes.
All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts.
Democrats love taxes because taxes falls into their pockets. That's why they love taxes. You see, when you want to know why, like, all these Democratic politicians, they own winery. They always own wineries. And if you ever been to Safeway, right? Those wine shelves are fucking full all the time. They don't really sell. Like, it's just like $10 a bottle. They get their money through state funding and state grants.
It's literally brain rot at this point, as Trump is basically baiting them.
Democrats love
"Here's
money,
a popular
even if it's unethical money,
that
dirty
Americans
money.
love. Let's see if they're stupid enough to go against it." As the left's favorite Native American was angry that Trump hasn't said anything about childcare, but to my understanding, he did.
The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception.
Evil bitch. This bitch is evil. She is Muslim, and she has a winery. You believe that? I don't. Until I saw her winery.
Now that's crazy.
Blatant evil.
For the cameraman to cut to Omar when talking about piracy. But remember, Nick Shirley found massive amounts of fraud in Minnesota, with several alleged million-dollar childcare facilities in her community. Many of them has since been closed down, but mysteriously...
She's pissed. She is super pissed. She's like, damn it, you asshole. You robbed me of my cash cows. You took my cash cow away. That's why she is so pissed that she's crying. She's like half crying and half pissed.
Her community. Many of them has since been closed down, but mysteriously, not a single story has come out about Minnesotans crying over the loss of childcare. It's almost like they weren't actually serving anybody. It was just fraudulent activity that Trump has since ended, as he's cutting wasteful spending in USAID, ending fraudulent spending in several states, and lowering taxes for American citizens, lessening the burden on American families, all while Democrat politicians show us their true colors, being angry over all of this, as Trump went more into border security.
We're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared
Thank God.
illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah, buddy. Do you know how much fentanyl it takes to kill a person? 2 grams. Or maybe less. Was it 2 milligrams? No, it can't be 2 milligrams. That's way too... Actually? Huh. No, wait. It is 2 milligrams. Yeah, 2 milligrams can kill a person. And that ain't much. 2 milligrams is like... like 10 granules of salt. It takes that much to kill you.
Blaming Democrats for the crisis.
Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers. 11,800
Excuse me.
came into our country. You allowed that to happen.
As hosting
Evil.
angel families, or the families of those victims, has been a focus of his.
These are the angel families that we love, that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored, and I've seen it. And they got up
Not only do the media ignore it, the media also mislead and misdirect and completely contort the information to brainwash idiots.
And the media literally just turned off the cameras. They didn't want to hear them. It was my first glimpse as to what was happening. These are sick people.
Yeah.
Somehow CNN tries to denigrate them.
We're actually getting a little preview of kind of the theme of his address later today at the White House when he hosts the so-called Angel Moms.
As that trash analyst should be immediately fired. Well, CNN is obviously going to criticize everything Trump, but to collaterally attack the family.
The only good move CNN did was firing Don Lemon. That was their only good move.
Of victims because you don't like.
They're probably gonna, if they fire that non-existent Asian girl. I think that might help them as well.
Is the epitome of why the left is losing the average everyday American, as even the Democrats attending were smart enough to cheer for Medal of Honor recipients. But the idiots at CNN couldn't help themselves.
But he utilized almost like these game show type moments where you're seeing awards being presented.
American soldiers that literally left pieces of themselves behind on battlefields on behalf of the...
Yeah, I mean, that's what CNN does, right? It was like, they're trying to make game shows out of... make game shows of to give rewards to veterans. Dude, man, you're on live television. You're surrounded by the entire U.S. government to witness you getting presented an award. Back then, they just like give you the award when the general's around. Now, like the whole American government is there. I think that's even more better, like for presentation wise, like or honoring wise. Right, to have the whole government there, because then like these are the people that put you in that place, that are kind of responsible for losing losing an arm or a leg. So I think it's more appropriate to have the politicians like be present while these veterans get their awards. But you have these people at CNN always trying to misdirect people, trying to manipulate idiots. For just to make Trump look bad, right? Trying to make it seem like, oh, he's this psychopath that's trying to turn this into a video game. That's why like CNN is falling off the rating charts, right? Because well, you know, like who watches TV anymore, right? Boomers, but they're dying out despite how great our medical science is. They're a dying race.
Defending America, getting recognized for their heroism, or as CNN sees it, a game show type moment. It should be easy to say, hey, that was a nice gesture Trump did. Only if you could put politics aside for a millisecond to simply respect Americans. But they don't like Trump, therefore they don't like Americans, and that's become very apparent. Even when Trump brought out USA's gold medal hockey team to recognize them for their improbable win.
Yep, American hockey team won. Good shit. Let me just scroll right back. he just took one of their medals. There's no surprise, right? Canada is super limp dick right now, and we took their sport and we made gold with it. Yeah, like it's so sad to see Canada fall from their primary sport, and US end up taking it. That's tragic. Your country has fallen. And oh yeah, the housing crisis there is way more worse than USA, by the way. You think it's bad in the US, go to Canada. They have all that land, but somehow housing is more expensive than the US.
Win.
The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Which at least some of the Democrats stood and cheered for, but the garbage reaction at MSDNC couldn't help themselves but hate it.
And our Olympic athletes, they should not be being used as political props, though, and frankly allow themselves to be used as political props.
Getting a White House visit after winning a championship is basically tradition. I didn't care when the Dodgers visited Biden after winning the ring, but somehow now the left loses their minds when they went back.
That's true. It's usually the tradition. But hey, you know what? The Democrats has proven, right? They want to prioritize illegal immigrants over their U.S. citizens. So if we won a gold medal on a sport, they're like, oh, why don't you let other foreigners win it? They've been completely brainwashed. Like they have no clue what's going on in the world. They don't know how to think for themselves anymore. They're brainwashed. They're like, why did we win? We gotta let them win. Losers.
Trump. And this is basically only propagated by the media, as the New York Times will fawn over the American.
Damn, she's kind of cute, but I'm glad we got the more attractive one.
That decided to represent China at the Olympics, but loses their mind over Americans that love America. It's almost like the common theme we're saying is, there's no virtues or consistency in their thinking. It's just about bringing down America. From refusing to stand for American citizens, to downplaying Medal of Honor recipients, up to pride in your country is only permissible if it's China. But literally everything Trump brought up was a trap for Democrats.
Why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things. You almost say, what imagination they have. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
Look at this goof. Trump bad. Trump bad. Trump evil. Give me my caviar. I'm glad they erased me off the Epstein list. Good scrubbing, Biden. Bad goof. Goose.
Refusing to clap for voter ID was expected, even though 80% of Americans, regardless of party, want it. But it just
yeah. A lot of my Democrat or I don't know, like liberal, like true liberal friends, they believe that you got to show ID. Like only like the really stupid, moronic people, like the 5%, bottom 5%, think that you shouldn't have ID. They just think that it sounds dumb when I say it, right? But it's actually true. They think that people won't lie. like, oh yeah, I'm a citizen. Why would I lie? Like people, people think that people will not cheat. Personal opinion. I think people that watch sports are really dumb, especially basketball. If you ever watch the NBA, LeBron James, right? He's always cheating. That dude is cheating up the wazoo. And the reason why he is able to cheat and get away with it is because he's an all-star. So he just cheats, and win a bunch of crap, right? It's like I was watching the game, like him versus the Warriors. I forgot what team was he in. It was like either the Heats or was it the Cavs? One of those. He cheats so much. He cheats so much, right? He just keeps shoulder checking Kevin Durant like in the diaphragm, and LeBron James is freaking massive. I think he's like 6'8" or 6'6", and he's fucking buff. He's massive, and this guy just keeps shoulder checking like all the all-star players on the on the Warriors. But then like luckily there are 3 all-stars in the Warriors versus the 1 all-star, so they didn't cheat as much, right? Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson, they didn't cheat nearly as much as LeBron, but then they also have very high skill sets. Stupid way to say it. They have their fucking high skill level, so they could just like make up for his cheating essentially.
Minds and drives home.
But then this goes back to my argument why like I think people that watch basketball is dumb. You're essentially watching people cheat. I don't think you could argue that it's a skill, but then I don't think I want to watch people cheat. I don't want to watch commercials, right? If you want to play a game very well, if I were to watch a type of sport, I want it to be as fair as possible, and I want to see people utilize the rules to their advantage legitimately. Like just watching a bunch of cheats, right? And then the referees feigning ignorance. I don't want to see that. I don't like seeing these game organizers to deliberately alter the game to favor all-stars just to make the all-stars look more cool, like LeBron James or whatever, just traveling 7 or 8 steps before making a dunk.
The imagery of who the left actually represents, and it's not us, as Trump calls out their hypocrisy.
And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Wants him to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a social security card.
And it's not an exaggeration. Mayor Mamdani actually required it. And when the blizzard hit NYC, they desperately needed more assistance, as residents got blocked in on their streets. Public transportation was canceled without warning, and even when the city arrived to plow the streets, they plowed into vehicles instead.
Yo, you hit the car!
Stop! What do you want them to do about it?
The socialism experiment of New York City is already failing 2 months in, but every single Democrat will applaud Mamdani as a future.
Well, I mean, where else are you gonna plow the snow to, right? It's fucking bad. You gotta clear the fucking road. No one gives a fuck about your car. We gotta keep the roads clear. Why the hell? You think your car is more important than the clear road? Sheesh. But yeah, New Yorkers, you wanted a Democrat mayor, right? You got it. You got it. And then now your city is covered in snow. Oh no, your cars are covered in snow, even though after you just cleared it. I am pro Mamdani. I'm against communism, but I am pro communism for my enemies.
As the great socialism experiment of New York City is already failing 2 months in, but every single Democrat will applaud Mamdani as a future of their party, meanwhile screaming and shouting, screeching and pouting at all the positive statements at Trump's State of the Union. proving they would prefer that Americans suffer over giving Trump a win, no matter how insignificant or significant it is. But tragically, a lot of their base is too stupid to even notice.
College kids are telling us Trump's State of the Union didn't go so well. The only problem? It's tomorrow. Rate Trump's State of the Union speech 1 out of 10. 1's the worst, 10's the best. Negatives. What about the State of the Union last night? 1 to 10.
It was like a 1 or 2.
Of course you gotta ask this. Can't tell if he's trying to look like a rock star or is he a letter person.
How did Trump do at the State of the Union?
0.
It's one thing to plead
Zero
ignorance,
mistakes.
admitting that you're apolitical, but a lot of these college idiots find it more important to pledge allegiance to their political party than actually be aware of what's actually happening. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary condensing a 90-minute speech and hours of stupid media reactions, that is the tragic status of today's reality. Hopefully I've earned your subscription and you'll subscribe to Decoy.
Wow, good video. Decoy voice. But yeah, this is the reality of the situation, right? People like to think, I mean, you want to, I remember when I was a kid, I used to think that adults are cool because they are smart. Not true. Adults are really dumb. You will find that some adults is saying some just like some adult is saying something stupid and then you call them out on it. They will call you a smart aleck, a jackass, a wise guy, a smarty pants, or something mouth. I forgot what's the other one. They will mock you for your intelligence. It's so ridiculous. I remember, yeah, back then when I was a kid, when my teacher basically assaulted a kid, right, because he doesn't want to take off his backpack. He wants to wear his backpack while sitting down. But it bothered her so much that she just decided to like grab him and then like rip the backpack off of him and hurting his arm. And then she didn't even feel bad about it. And then I just yelled out, "That's assault." She was like, and then my teacher was like, "Oh, we got a smart aleck over here." Yeah, that's not gonna fly by today, right? You have the internet. Kids know assault when they see it. We have every kid has cell phones. I'm very pro a kid to have cell phones. Like, they obviously cannot use it during class, right? But I think when they see a problem that's happening, I think kids should have a right to record the situation. But, schools, they're like, "Oh, no, don't pull out your phone. It's bad for you." You know what? School is kind of a scam right now. I'm not really for like kids to really go to school anymore, or at least it needs to be reformed. It needs to be fucking reformed. I think like a bunch of teachers are fucking corrupt and evil. Like, they're not like corrupt like they're taking bribes or anything, but they're corrupt in the sense that they've been brainwashed and they will force their political beliefs on children. I think that's pretty fucked up. But all in all, yeah, good State of the Union. Good job, Trump. Because then he like, to be honest, like him bringing the hockey team and bringing the crying parents, like, this is all a stunt. To be fair, it is a stunt. But it's not like the Democrats never pulled stunts like this before, right? It is a good stunt. And at least he's helping them get justice too. It's not like, "Oh, let's invite you to our show and then let's use you to push my political belief." But then all this, the whole entire ICE operation, removing criminals, it helps them give some kind of reprieve, at least, right? It's because it's an illegal immigrant that killed these parents' daughters. And then like having ICE like go to work and removing these people, like, give them some kind of reprieve, like some kind of indirect vengeance towards these rapists and murderers. And it sucks, man. Like Democrats, they think that like obviously it's pretty clear, right? Like seeing the whole party, the whole Democratic Party, like they didn't stand up for some bullshit to happen to someone else's family. Like whether the person is good or bad, it is sad when they die, right? It's sad for the people that love them, right? You can like for you Republicans or people that think that Renee Good or Alex Preddy should die, because they were being dangerous. They were trying to kill a federal agent, and the other one was assaulting a federal agent while carrying a gun. Yeah, you could think that they deserve to die, but at the end of the day, right, it is very sad that they're dead because they have parents, they have lovers, they may have kids, they have pets. That would be sad if they died. That's just a fact. I'm sure if Hitler had parents, those parents would be sad for Hitler. There's just no way around it, right? Someone's always suffering when someone's dead, whether that person is good or bad. But yeah, good job, man. Like to completely embarrass them. I keep hearing bad things about the State of the Union, but then it's actually a really, really positive outlook right now. I could see why. Like the stocks are going up. Totally makes sense. And yeah, people are trying to misdirect the whole situation. Like, oh yeah, Trump is raising tariffs globally, and it's gonna hike up the prices. Yeah, that's nothing. That is actually a big nothing burger. Like raising tariffs is whatever at this point. But just be careful for brainwash. Like even though I have a bunch of free time and I could look up this stuff, even I got fooled for a moment. But then now I saw this, the whole tariff thing or whatever, the State of the Union going real south. It's all lies. It's all manipulation.